I want to be that parent that knows how to apologize to my kid when I did something wrong. If I said something that hurt her, if I did something that hurt her, I want to be the parent that knows how to apologize and admit that I made a mistake.
Yeah, it's give and take.
Huwag na huwag niyong gagawing punching bag yung mga anak niyo.
Yeah.
Ever. That literally, I mean...
Figuratively.
Kung meron kayong pinagdadaanan sa buhay niyo, don't take it out on your kid.
Yeah.
People often get uneasy entering unfiltered conversations, but you have nothing to be afraid of. A safe, genuine space where you can be there and just be you. Join me as we untangled some of the most guarded stories, uncomfortable topics, and inevitable truths about life. Let's talk bare topics and bold conversations here at Bear It All Podcast with Danny Barreto.
Hey guys, welcome to the Bear It All Podcast. So we have a new episode today and
You have an old new guest.
may nagbabalik. Kasi lagi siya nire-request. So kailangan natin siyang ibalik. Okay, so nagbabalik. Of course, we have Xavi, and of course, he is part of this podcast because our topic is about parenting. So,
Yes.
are millennials better parents? We're not saying we are. It's just the title of this podcast. Walang ma-offend, okay? Chill lang.
Okay.
So, not that we don't know this about each other, but they don't. So, we have to...
Okay.
share some of our experiences.
Okay.
But let's share our own first
Yeah.
since we're parents na.
I think,
So for
okay.
you, how is parenthood so far?
The thing with being a young parent, I can't really say we were young kasi
No, just in general. How
generally,
is parenting
I love
for you
it.
so far?
I love it. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not hard
Yeah, of course.
because it's hard. It's not easy, but it's like a labor of love. It's like I don't do it because I'm obligated to do it. I mean, obviously I do it because I'm obligated, but I do it also because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi lang siya parang you're taking care of one person.
Yeah.
Because as you raise this kid, you're raising yourself then.
Yeah. You grow with
Diba?
your kid. You're
Exactly.
supposed to grow with your
And
kid.
I think that's like point one na gusto ko talaga. The reason why it was good, well, for us it was good that we had Millie early is because, pag medyo may edad na kayo, parang old habits die hard, di ba? Or like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Parang since we're both young, yung mga mistakes namin were easy to rectify kasi bata pa kami. It's not like we're stubborn or kinasanayan natin to or like we've done this so many times. That's what I like about it. It's like, oh no, I'm not doing this right. Your partner keeps you in check. Baguhin mo na lang yung mistake mo and move forward. So, I think that's like one of the reasons why mas na-enjoy ko din yung parenthood being young because I'm also with my partner who's young as well, younger than me by 10 months. And we guide each other and we make it a very enjoyable experience din. Diba?
But do you think that your upbringing like affected or not affected or like let's say parang it has nagkaroon ng impact kung paano ka naging magulang ngayon?
Of course.
Like, meron bang relation parang dun sa upbringing mo when you were growing up? Like, did you know the ones na i-correct mo, the ones na gusto mong baguhin, yung the ones na gusto mong i-keep, na dalhin sa kay Melly?
Yeah, I mean, the thing kasi is, like, for those of you who don't know, my parents aren't from the same generation. They have like a 10-year age gap. So my dad was a baby boomer and my mom's the one after. And growing up, nakita ko din naman yung approach of my parents towards us na, of course, like, they had the best intentions, but they would really show it in their own ways. Like, growing up, my dad was the main provider in our family, right? Kasi we're 5 siblings and like he was working all the time. Now, you can take that in 2 ways. Like for me, I'm a parent now. I'm not gonna fault him for not being there sometimes because I know that he was putting food on the table. He was paying for our school.
Providing.
Everything in excess to the bare necessities, he would give it to us.
Yeah.
That's the good.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you can take it from the perspective to see the bad na absent siya.
Yeah.
But as long as there's something good or there's like a valid reason as to why they're not around, or yung...
No, I mean, he didn't choose to be
exactly,
absent in your life.
It's not like he was not doing anything. He was working.
And
right?
I think the good thing about dad is that he really tries his best to be there.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the best part about it. Like, he knows he's busy and he always says, but he's always there in special occasions.
Yeah.
He's always there in the moments that you want him to be there.
Yeah. So anyway, back to that. Like, so my mom naman, she would shower us with love when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like, she was there for us. Like, I mean, she would take me to school. Whenever I was sick, she'd take me to the hospital. She would like feed us. You know what I mean? All of that stuff, right? That's why, like, so growing up, it's like, I'm not saying I counted yung mga mistakes nila dun because it was good. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. It was good growing up. But the hard part lang was, when I got older, you have to realize na parang you want to raise your kid specific ways that you and your partner agree upon. Correct? Like, for you, there are times where we'll be like, oh, I'll give Millie a car when she's 18. But you, on the other hand, they're like, no, she has to work for her car. But do you see what I mean? Like, you and your partner have to have that like alignment or my agreement kayo in regards to things like that. So, I mean, of course lang, I just get what I know about how I was raised and she does too. And I think that's where we meet in the middle to find the perfect way. Because I mean, no one is really perfect with how they were raised, but we'll find the best way for our family and our dynamic to raise a kid, diba?
My upbringing is very different from yours.
Exactly.
My mom was very young. My mom had me at 19. So we basically grew up together. So all the mistakes and all the ganyan. Parang ako yung
Litmus test.
parang ganon. Parang ganon.
But I think every first kid's like the test.
Pero lahat naman ng first kid. Kasi syempre, it's your first, you know. That's where you learn all the things that you can do better sa next. It's always like that. I don't blame my mom for that. You know, and my mom and I had like a very weird relationship growing up. Parang, yes, I was the first and we basically grew up together. But because of that, also, meron din kaming ng mom ko before. Parang hindi kami as close nung lumalaki ako. Hindi kami as close ng mom ko. And that's not her fault. I realized when I got older that it was really mine. Na parang I expected too much from my mom. And I wasn't also giving her like what she deserved. Yung parang, the difference kasi between me and my sibling is I'm more, I grew up kind of closed off. Like I'm not affectionate. I'm affectionate in private. Even with you, alam mo yan. Hindi ako yung parang lalabas tayo tapos chummy-chummy. Yung parang, hindi ko kaya. Parang, it's just not my personality. But, pag kaming dalawa lang, iba naman din ako. Alam mo yun?
Yeah, we're chummy, alright.
But, it's not cute. What do you call this? Anyway, with my mom, as talagang growing up, sobrang rocky ng relationship namin ng mom ko. Like, I honestly feel like ang dami kong ginawang katarantaduhan talaga.
Aminado ka dyan.
Diba? Hindi, aminado talaga ako. Ilang beses ko talaga nasaktan yung mom ko sa mga pinagagawa ko ng bata ko. But, you know what? The best thing about my mom is that she always chose to be my parent. Yung parang she never left my side.
Yeah.
Yung, yes, I was a difficult child growing up, but she never like, walang time na parang, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Yung pinabayaan ako, hindi. Yung parang kahit nire-refuse ko yung guidance.
No, and it's the reason why also you have to commend your mom is because like tayo when we were first time parents, I remember the first time they put Millie in front of us. Nagtinginan tayo.
Yeah.
Then I was like, now what?
No, I
Remember?
really know. Wala talaga. I totally understand. I mean, she was 19. I was
Exactly.
26 when this happened.
19,
no, I was
that's
25. I was 25 when Millie happened. My mom was 19. What
She was
more
a
her,
kid.
right?
Yeah.
But the best thing though about my mom and I is that it took a while for us to be in a good place. But when we got to that good place, we're so good.
Okay, I have a follow-up question lang with that. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure then naman we have some listeners that the gap between them and their parents is very close, like
Yeah.
you and your mom, right? What are things na you not resented, or like you disagreed with your mom when you were younger, pero now gets mo na kung ba't ganun?
My mom was very hard on me growing up talaga. Amongst all my siblings, my mom was very hard on me. Like, ako yung talagang tinas sa akin lahat. The curfew, yung may kasama,
The chaperone ka.
chaperone, yung ang daming rules when it was me. And I feel like it also came with how I was as a child kasi. So ako talaga yung parang kailangan bantayan na bata. And yung mga kapatid ko, mababait kasi talaga yun nung bata yun. So, nung bata talaga. No? Di ba, mababait naman talaga yun. So, she didn't have to be as hard on them as sa akin.
Do you think it's like because your mom had more pressure na like she had you young and she wanted you to be like...
I cannot speak for her, but I know for a fact that she didn't want me to go through what she went through.
Okay.
And I totally understand that
Yeah.
because now that I'm a mom, all of the things also that I went through na hindi maganda sa buhay ko, ayoko rin naman mangyari kay Millie yun. Alam mo yun? Meron pa akong dati na, bakit siya, pwede na siyang umuwi ng late. Ako, ganito, ganyan. Because na-realize ko, at least kasi yung mga kapatid ko, nagpapaalam yun na maayos. Papaalam na maayos, may kasama, ina-update yung nanay ko. Yung lahat yun, hindi ko ginagawa yun eh. So parang nagets ko kung bakit yung nanay ko mas stricto sa akin kasi mas sa lahat sa aming magkakapatid, siya sa akin lagi kabado. Yung lagi siyang nag-worry sa akin. And she doesn't have to worry about my other siblings.
Gets.
Like, I was irresponsible at one point in my life.
Okay. So now that like we've spoken about like how, you know, like you were raised, what are things that like your mom, like, of course, iba-iba yung parenting style sa mga
Yeah.
parents, right? So what are the things from your mom's parenting style na gusto mo i-instill sa anak natin?
Oh, for one, she's a present parent. She's always, always, always there. Isang text, isang tawag, at any time of the day. My mom is always there. The good, the bad, the ugly. She's always there. And two, I love that she is a natural homemaker. And that's something that I'm trying to be, that I want Millie to see. So when the time comes, she has her own family, she will be a natural homemaker.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she raised us all close. Lahat kami close na mga kapatid ko. There's not a day na hindi kami nag-uusap sa isang araw. We love each other. We're obsessed with each other. Like, we would just go out kami lang. Parang me and my mom and my siblings have this little bubble na parang
You don't need anyone else.
we don't need anyone else. So parang ganon. So parang I think that's when pag nabigyan natin si Millie ng kapatid, I want her to love her siblings so much, to grow up together, to want to be in each other's lives. Ganon.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that, and for my mom, that she really, pinalaki niya kami lahat that we always want to see her.
Yeah.
That we're obsessed with her.
Gets.
And I want Millie and our future kids to be like that with us. That they always want to see us. That they'll always make an effort with us. Ayoko dumating yung panahon na gagawa sila lang rason kasi ayaw nila tayo makita, ayaw nila tayo makausap.
Yeah.
I don't want them to ever think of...
You don't want them to feel like it's a chore to see you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want them to love us.
Like sincerely want to
sincerely.
see. Yeah.
So those are the things I want to be as a parent so that Millie will grow up to be a good parent as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, our parents are not perfect. Let's face
No
facts.
one's
Even
perfect.
We are not
No,
perfect.
no one's perfect. Huh?
But there are... I'm not saying we are better parents because our parents still have more wisdom than us. Marami silang pinagdaanan sa buhay nila. Mas marami pa sa atin. Kasi sabi na, papunta na sila. Papunta pa lang tayo, pabalik na sila.
Yeah.
Totoo naman yun. But I think, yung mga napagdaanan kasi natin,
It was a different generation,
yung mga
different
pagkakamali
time.
nila nung time na yun, kaya na natin i-correct ngayon.
Yeah.
And yung mga pagkakamali natin ngayon, makokorek din yun ng mga anak
Yeah.
natin. Parang ganun.
And the thing is, we're well aware. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So next,
Ito.
have any family traumas or challenges from your own upbringing influenced you to be the parent that you own today?
I mean, like, of course, I don't want to speak of specifics, right? But like, of course, don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for the life that I had when I was a kid. But of course, there were things that I'm not sure na baka ako lang yon, but I mean, those are my feelings and my feelings alone. But like with specific things, it's kind of like I would rather correct it na lang. It's like I don't even wanna have to put my kid through it. Like I wanna cover all bases. Ayoko yung parang if the time comes that my kid feels this way, that's when I'll correct it. I'm like, no, I don't wanna put my kid in a position to feel specific ways. Iisipin ko na to.
Yeah.
Kasi if I could feel that way when I was a kid, she can feel that way when she was a kid, and anyone else could feel that way. So I guess the fairest thing, there's nothing in specific, ha. But I think what I really want to do and what I really want to prioritize is I will listen without judging, and no matter how hard it is. Because normally, diba, when someone says something na hindi mo gusto to hear, ang bilis mag-judge. Like, ay, ang arte, ganyan, ganyan. And I'm not speaking about my parents. Like, generally speaking, people are like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that person. because my kid cannot find comfort in me.
Yeah.
So I think I just want to listen totally. That's number one. If the problem is good, bad, serious, stupid, or like gawa-gawa lang, I still will listen.
Yeah.
Because I want to be that person
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. I think sa aming dalawa kasi, yung traumas namin, sobrang magkaiba talaga in life. Ako kasi iba yung traumas ko in life. Like, medyo mabibigat yung traumas ko in life. Yung trauma niya kasi, mabigat yung traumas niya. Pero yung sa kanila kasi, at least like up to this day, buo kayo eh. Alam mo yon?
Yeah.
Buo kayo and you always like...
Like there were no doors shut.
Yeah, there were no doors shut.
So I think that's the best
Yun
way to
yun.
put it.
Parang ako naman, my traumas a lot different. Like just, I think the main thing na trauma ko talaga na ayoko ever may experience ng anak ko is abandonment.
Of course.
I don't ever want my kid to feel
Alone.
alone. I don't ever want my kid to feel that she's not wanted.
No, and by alone, sorry to butt in, hindi lang yung present ka ha. Yung nandyan ka lang.
No, like in general.
It's
like in general.
You want your kid to feel you even if you're not there. Like
Parang
if you're,
I don't want her to ever question herself.
Yeah.
Na kung kasalanan niya ba, kung ganito, ayun lang yung
Yeah.
pinaka-ayoko na ever ma-experience ni Millie. Kasi napunta na ako sa place na yon na feeling ko baka kaya wala sila sa buhay ko kasi ganito.
Something's wrong with you.
Something's wrong with me. Hindi ako gusto, hindi ako special, hindi ako ganyan.
Yeah.
It made me question my worth and who I am, and I don't ever want my daughter to have to question herself.
Of course.
Because mangyari sa kanya yun.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing siguro sa trauma na buhay ko na ayokong ever maramdaman ni Millie.
Yeah. And I think like, kids kasi, number one, a child can do no wrong. Like they really cannot. And number two, that kid did not ask to be born. So you don't, like everything you should do should be for this kid because that was a consensual decision for your kid to be there. So you can't put your kid at a handicap kasi hindi mo kaya.
No, and I think there's only, if my opinion lang about parenting, since I'm also a parent already, I think I can comment on it, is that there is more to there's more to when someone calls you mom or dad, there's more to it.
Oh, yeah.
Hindi ka lang mom or dad, nanggaling ka sa kanila, ginawa mo sila, malamang. That's the most basic thing. But what makes you a mom and a dad is so different.
It's everything in between.
It's everything
Yeah.
It's everything. Because
Yeah.
it's already a no-brainer. Kung saan ka nang galing, kung sinong gumawa sa'yo. Given na yon. Pero kung ano ka sa buhay nung ginawa mo,
Yeah.
kung ano ka man sa buhay nung anak mo, that's on you.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is like, people say like, yeah, tatay mo yan. That's it. But there's also like, changing diapers, being vomited on, picking your kid up from school. Pag nasaktan yung anak mo,
Nabully yung anak mo.
ikaw yung unang nandun. Like,
First heartbreak. Unang dapa.
everything.
Patuto
Yeah.
ng pag-ride ng bike.
Standing, walking, rolling over.
I
Even,
mean, every single thing,
Yeah.
every single milestone, every single heartbreak, all the wins and losses in your life. Like, that's what makes you a parent.
yeah, you know what they say?
The lives, the wins, the losses, and everything in between that happens sa buhay ng anak mo, that's when you become a parent to them because that's what they're always
Yeah.
gonna remember.
Yeah, it's like, you have to be there for the convenience and the inconvenience. You need to
Hindi-
be there for everything.
Ang mga maaalala ng anak mo sa'yo is the times na nandun ka.
Yeah.
Nung kailangan ka nila. And kaya ka nagiging parte ng happy times ng buhay nila. Kasi alam nila na kasi alam nila na
Nandun ka?
you're present kahit hindi happy times.
Yeah, of course.
Kasi 'di ba may mga times na nandyan lang sila kapag masaya yung buhay mo or okay ka sa buhay mo, tapos pagka hindi ka na okay, may mga tao
Yeah.
talaga mawawala sa buhay mo. But as a parent, you're supposed to be there in all the phases and eras of your child's life. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin or bitawan yung salita na ako pa rin yung nanay mo.
Or like,
Ako pa rin
I
yung
was the
tatay mo.
first to hold you.
Ako pa rin yung ganyan. Parang para sa akin, like, wala naman nagtatanggal sa'yo nun.
Yeah.
Nobody is removing that title to you. You will always be my mom. You
My
will
dad,
always
yeah.
be my dad. But, kahit ikaw din naman kung tanungin, kung tatanungin mo din yung tao, di ba? Ano ba din ang maano mo?
Yeah.
Masasabi mo
Yeah.
din ba na mabuti kang magulang.
Or diba they say sometimes like, I was the first to hold you, but you are supposed to be the first person to hold your
Yeah.
kid. Like, to end this topic, this part of the podcast, what's more important to a kid is your presence and not the presents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want you, they just need you there. Literally.
Guys, magkakaroon ng point in time, natatandaan yung mga anak nyo, and mabibili na rin nila yung mga bagay na kaya nyo ibigay sa kanila. Pero yung mga times na may anxiety sila, depressed sila, hindi nila kaya sa buhay,
Yeah.
gusto nila give up, yung mga times na yon, hindi nabibili ng pera yon, or hindi yon aabutan mo lang, mawawala lahat
Yeah.
yon. Yun yung mga times na kailangan nila ng advice, guidance,
Parenting.
parenting.
Yeah.
Yun yung mga times na kailangan kanila.
You know how I realized it? And I'm pretty sure everyone can agree to this. When you were a kid, naaalala niya yung time na parang uuwi kayo, biglang your parent will say, o tara, drive-thru. Do you remember what you would order in that drive-thru? No. But you remember
Na dinala ka niya sa drive-thru.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
Yung lagi kong, yan ang gusto kong talagang i-impart kay Millie. Na that's why I work hard so that I could give her the best memories. Like, kahit naman hindi niya maaalala yung time na dinala natin siya dito, dinala niya dyan, but in that moment, masaya siya nun.
Exactly.
In that moment, alam niya na sobrang saya niya nun. So, parang, for me, like, marami kang moment sa buhay mo, makakalimutan mo talaga yung mga ganong bagay. Pero kasi hindi mo din pwedeng isumbat sa isang tao na, oh, I was there and ito sa mga part ng buhay mo na yon. Pero para naman sa part na, yung sa mga naaalala kong part.
Exactly, yeah.
Para naman sa mga part na naaalala ko na umiiyak ako mag-isa, wala akong mapuntahan. Kasi, paano naman yung mga ganong moments? Or yung times na a boy broke my heart so bad and I need someone to tell me that not all boys are like this.
Yeah.
Like, how about those times?
Or like, I need someone to show me what a true man
Yeah.
is like.
How
diba?
about those times?
Exactly.
Diba? Pero parang may moments ka ng ganyan. Or, may mga, yun ang parang sinasabi ko sa ating mga advice na mabibigay ko sa lahat ng parents. It's like, no one is gonna take that title away from you. You're always gonna be their mom. You're always gonna be their dad. But you wanna be remembered for being there for them. And
For being a parent.
for being a parent, not just because, oh, he's the reason why I'm here in this world. That's it. Or like, she's the reason why I'm here in this world. Like, no, you want them to actually say that, oh, I remember him because he's like this.
Yeah.
So yung mga ganyan. For me, it's like all I wanted. The first time I saw Millie, yung una ko siya talaga nakita, ang sabi ko sarili ko, lahat gagawin ko, kahit ano pa yan, to give this girl the best life possible.
Yeah.
And, it's not always good.
Of
I
course.
mean, we've like been through a lot for the past 4 years that we've been married, and in that 4 years, a lot of challenges came. Like, everybody knows that Millie is speech delayed. That is something that was not taught to you.
Yeah.
Everybody just told you, oh, when
Like,
you...
you just
when
assume.
No, they just say,
Yeah.
when you have sex, mabubuntis ka. That's it. They don't really tell you what happens when you have a kid, or say, oh, pag nagkaroon ka ng anak, ito yung mangyari. But they don't really tell you that, oh, this could happen.
Yeah.
And it happened to us. It happened to our kid. And I'm just so glad that the both of us were so in sync when it comes to Millie.
Yeah.
We are so like, never kaming nahirapan mag-decide for
No,
anything.
I think this is our parenting style. The best thing na I'm really happy. It's like, di ba some parents would be like, intayin mo lang yan.
Yeah.
Magsasalita yan.
Hindi kami, pareho
But
kami.
The way we think is like, but what if she's not like
Yeah.
that? What if
she's different?
she has a harder time?
Yeah.
Like, we would rather be the parents that tried everything
Yeah.
than the parents that would be like, we should have done this
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
We should have done that.
Parang, I think the best thing is when we already saw it, we were like, no, we were never in denial.
We were like, oh, okay,
Okay.
she is speech delayed. Let's see doctors.
Okay,
Let's
we'll get her the best care. We'll do everything that we can. Like, I'm just so glad that we are like that, because I feel that it is important that you are on the same page with your partner
Yeah.
when it comes to parenting.
Yeah, it's like it could have been like for me to say like, hey babe, you know, Millie, like medyo delayed. Then
Yeah.
you could have been like,
I-
intayin mo
in
lang.
denial, yeah.
It's like no, we were so in sync because we were like, it's not for us eh. It's for her.
Yeah.
Like I don't want my kid to to talk for my sake. I wanted to talk for her sake.
Yeah, like, no, I don't want her to ever tell us that it's because of you why I'm like this. It's
Yeah.
because of you I'm like that. And you know what, guys? The world is cruel. Ang dami ng times na hindi na natin makokontrol. Once we let our child out of the world, there are experiences that we cannot protect her from
Exactly.
all the time. As much as we want to protect her 24/7.
We can't.
There are gonna be times that she's going to be out there and we're not gonna be there because in that moment, you'll never know kung anong pwedeng mangyari sa mga anak nyo. Kasi sometimes they don't even say it. Nalalaman mo na lang, tapos na.
Yeah.
Pinagdaanan na nila, yung mga ganyan. We know because we've done that. And in my mind, it's like, I just want her to not blame us because we were so defensive about her situation.
Or like it's an ego thing.
Like, I don't want her to
Yeah.
ever say na nabully ako kasi hindi niyo ako tinulungan.
Yeah.
Or ganito ako kasi, or you had all the money in the world but you did not help me out. Like,
It's like
I'm in this
let's not
predicament.
be passive. Let's be active with these
yeah,
things.
yung parang,
You know?
when you see a problem,
Solve it.
solve it. You get the best care for your kid. If you're going through the same thing as us, Millie has seen developmental pediatricians.
She's seen like 2.
She has been diagnosed with speech delayed, but she is getting the proper care. She's in school.
The proper therapy.
She is in therapy for
She's
occupational and
She's
speech
busier than
therapy.
most
Yeah.
people.
She's getting the best care possible ever
Yeah.
since she was 1.5. Every word, every new word that she says is like a big win for all of
Yeah,
us.
like alam mo, like just to like lighten the mood. Pucha, pag hinahag ko si Danny, hinampas ako ni Millie, hinampas ako, sinisipa ako, sinisiko ako. Pero when I say, who does daddy love? What does she say? Me.
Me. Or like, kaya nagko-communicate na siya through her words. Yung parang ganyan, hindi lang win yun for Millie. It's a win for us too.
Yeah.
Na parang her milestones are our milestones.
Of course.
And even if it's slow, it's at a slow pace, it's fine because we're doing it together.
And we're
She's
doing
not-
it for her.
And she's
Yeah.
not alone in it.
Yeah.
Hindi siya mag-isa.
Of course.
Kasama niya tayo lahat, even si Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the kind of support system I want her to grow na inisip niya na she is the best support system in
Yeah.
the world. She's the best cheerleaders. Kahit up lang yan, kahit go lang yan, yung cheering namin, parang akala mo nanalo na Super Bowl si Melly, ganon. It doesn't matter, but we always want her to feel that we're excited about her wins.
I never want her to doubt if I supported her.
Yeah.
Gusto ko yung parang, I want to do this and I know my parents will support me.
Yeah.
Which I will.
Yeah. I don't ever want her to be afraid to tell us anything because she feels that we won't agree.
Yeah.
That we won't support. And even if we...
As long as everything she does is out of respect to everyone around her
Oo
and she's a nice
naman.
person, I will
Of
support.
reason. Of
Yes.
reason.
So what makes you think, like, of course, we've learned, right, from how we were raised and also, like, through the stories of the people around you, how they were raised too. So, like, why do you think it's so important to hear their stories? Let's say, for example, like, this situation happened to a friend and you know it's not going to happen to Millie. Why is it important to listen and learn when it comes to raising a kid?
You know, parang for me, listening to other people's story about their own parent. Kasi every parent's journey is different.
And every parent makes mistakes.
Yeah. Iba-iba tayo. And it's nice when you get to talk to other parents because you get to share each other's stories. You get to share each other's experiences. And from that, you get to bring home new experiences and you get to learn also.
Yeah.
Na parang there are sometimes na may makakausap kang parent na hindi ka din mag-a-agree
Yeah.
sa parenting style nila kasi hindi ka ganon. Hindi kayo pareho. And that's okay. That does not make them bad. That does not make you bad. It just means you're different.
Yeah.
Ang parenting style ng bawat isang magulang, magkakaiba yan. Kung, let's say, yung kaibigan natin, strict. Bawal ka mag-iPad, kailangan mag-aral ka lang. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
No, I think...
Kung tayo,
Yeah.
iba. Iba tayo eh.
Yeah. I think though, like, I mean, I'm taking this from my 4 years as a parent. some parents just have a action towards a kid like, don't do this, don't do that, and they assume the kid will listen. But in reality, for every action, understand that your kid will and is entitled to a reaction to what you just said.
No, there has to be an explanation.
Yeah, exactly. Like
to
you can't,
every reaction.
Exactly. So it's like, let's say, oh, I don't want you to go out late. Why?
Hindi maayos sa sagot yung because I said so.
Yeah. You and assume that if you don't give a proper explanation, they will react in the worst way possible.
When you say because I said so,
there's no reason.
You're basically just telling your kid na
I'm right, you're wrong.
ayoko.
Yeah.
Ayoko sabi ko
Exactly.
No, you have to actually explain to your kid kasi parang ginagawa mo is you're just choosing na hindi siya palabasin kasi ayaw mo siya mag-have fun.
Exactly.
Mag-iisip na siya mag-overthink na yung bata.
Yeah.
Pero kung i-explain mo, no, I don't want you to go out because
Your grades aren't that great.
Your grades are not that.
Or like, or may bagyo.
There has to be an explanation
Yeah.
to every reaction. Or
'Cause
let's say, napasigaw ka, na nag-say may ginawa siyang mali, may nasabi kang mali.
Yeah.
Ito ang isang bagay na gusto kong gawin natin. Dapat marunong tayo mag-sorry sa anak natin.
Yeah.
Kasi maraming times na maraming nasira sa akin inside, in my heart, in my life, is because
You never got an apology.
I never got an apology.
Yeah. Like,
Because I feel like pinaramdam sa akin, I did not deserve it.
No, that's the thing. Some parents forget na like, diba, as a parent, galit ka, depressed ka, sad ka. If you're entitled to those feelings, your kid is equally as entitled to those feelings
No,
too.
but that's what I mean. I said like, I want to be that parent that knows how to apologize
Exactly.
to my kid when I did something wrong. If I said something that hurt her, if I did something that hurt her, I want to be the parent that knows how to apologize and admit that I made a mistake.
Yeah, it's give and take.
Yeah,
Like
because-
ikaw, if you do something wrong, your parent says like apologize to your father, apologize to your mother. But if you do something wrong, if your parents do something wrong, you should be able to apologize to your kid too.
But I mean, like, I just don't want Millie to ever feel na parang, hindi siya, no, sinaktan lang niya ako, hindi siya nag-sorry.
Yeah.
Ayoko maging normal sa kanya na manakit ng tao.
Because she's gonna hurt
nagsusorry.
people for no reason
Yeah.
too.
Ayoko mangyari sa anak ko na mananakit lang siya ng ibang tao kasi
Trip lang niya.
okay lang pala manakit ng tao, okay lang kahit hindi ka mag-sorry.
Yeah.
Kasi ganun yung ginagawa sa bahay.
Yeah.
Lahat ng basic foundation ng knowledge
It's from the house.
ng anak nyo, manggagaling yan sa bahay.
Yep.
Always. So, for me, like, as much as possible, I want her to grow up in a healthy home.
Yeah.
Na, I want us to always try our best not to be toxic parents.
Yeah, like you shouldn't make your kid want to be out of the house.
Yeah.
Gusto mo, pag umalis yung anak mo, gustong-gusto niya umuwi.
Yeah.
I never want my kid to find the reason to leave.
Yeah.
I want him to always find the reason to come home.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. That's
why it kind of like, that's the environment that we want to have.
Yeah.
Like, back to what you said, we want our kid, when she's old enough, to come see us because she wants to.
Yeah.
Not because she has to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, basically. That's true. You always want your kids to come home
Because they want to see you.
because they want to come home.
Yeah, they want to feel.
Not because
yeah.
they're required to.
Or like the memories, like, favorite ko yung this food, yung spot nila sa bahay. Like, you want them to feel that way, right? But obviously, like, you know, with everything that we went through as kids, like, I'd like to think that it was just the byproduct of their own problems. It wasn't out to hurt us and nadamay lang tayo. Collateral damage.
Hindi. Totoo naman
Collateral
yan. Alam mo yung mga
damage.
pinagdadaanan ng mga magulang natin.
It wasn't out to...
Hindi naman ibig sabihin gusto nilang pagdaanan yun eh.
Yeah.
It just so happens that was the hand that they were dealt with at that time and
If we were affected, they were affected too.
mas masakit sa kanila yun kasi naapektuhan tayo.
Exactly.
So yung mga moments na nangyari sa kanila na nasaktan tayo, I don't think gusto naman nila tayong saktan. Nangyari lang yun kasi nadamay tayo. Pero at that time, yung mga nangyari sa atin, nung bata tayo, that was just also them growing up.
Yeah. But
That was also them getting through life.
Exactly, yeah.
Parte tayo ng buhay nila eh.
Exactly.
So talagang kasali tayo doon.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? And ganun din sa atin. Kung ano nangyayari sa buhay natin, kasali din naman si Millie doon eh.
Yeah.
So, kung meron tayong hardships, kasali si Millie doon. It's just, we know how to keep her out of
Yeah.
it. We know how to actually not make her feel that there is something going on in our house. The thing that I love most about us also is We don't fight in front of her. We don't yell in front
Gawin
of
ba
her.
tayo?
Actually, hindi. But I'm just saying, like, when we do, never in front of her.
Yeah. Like,
So,
like the thing, how I see like this whole thing is like, when it comes to like arguments and whatever, if you can keep it within the both of the fighting people, keep it there.
yeah.
Don't involve the other people who did nothing wrong because they will feel like they did something wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want her to think na parang, may ginawa ba akong mali? Like, no. That's
Marami
not.
talaga. Marami din kaming bubus. Nagkaroon
Oh,
din
yeah.
ng point na impatient kami. Di namin ma-handle yung tantrums.
But that's
or
life.
Parang lahat, nape-pressure din kami sa mga ibang bagay. Yung, alam mo yon, for me, walang perfect na magulang. It doesn't matter if you are a millennial parent, if you're a baby boomer parent, or
And there's no cookie cutter way to be a good parent.
yeah, wala talaga
Yeah,
guys. You
exactly.
just try your best to be.
You adjust. No, you have to
Yeah.
adjust and adapt to your kid.
But yun nga, you just try your best to be the best parent to your kid.
Yeah.
Kasi not perfect. The word perfect is not
It's impossible. You're not.
impossible
Please.
to be a perfect parent.
Okay.
But you at least want to try to be the best that you can be
Exactly.
for your kid.
Yeah. So now na we have friends that are getting married, they plan on having a kid like in a year or another year, and our kid is she's 4, right? What advice can you impart to them so that it's kind of like so they won't be so hard on their kid and they won't be so hard on themselves as parents?
Well, first, every kid is different. Don't compare your kids to other kids. The growth of your kids are not always the same with other kids. And when there is something wrong, it is not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see something that's kind of off and not normal, get help right away. Seek help right away. Don't be in denial about it. It happens. There are times that that's just what happens in life, you know? It doesn't mean na meron kang ginawang mali sa mundo mo. Yun ang nangyari sa'yo. Hindi. These things are actually fixable. Naaayos tong mga bagay na to. You just have to be accepting of it,
Yeah.
of the situation. And 6, always listen to your kids' needs. When they say that something hurts, something is bothering them, whatever that is, you listen to them. Don't invalidate their feelings. Lalo na 'di ba may mga bata kasi sinasabi na, "Oh, I'm depressed. I'm like this." No, you're not depressed. You're just like this. Like hindi nyo alam kung ano pinagdadaanan ng mga anak nyo pag sila na lang mag-isa.
Yeah, don't assume they know they handle
Yeah.
it as well as you.
The fact
Right.
that they're running to you and talking to you, that means they need your help.
Yeah.
So the best thing that you can do as a parent is actually help.
Yeah.
And guidance, for me, guidance is it's a big factor in every parent. Like, will always, ang guidance, pwede mo yung kunin sa maraming tao. And don't be afraid to always ask help from other parents as well.
Yeah.
Like, if may hindi ka alam, may hindi mo alam, like,
Yeah, parent support
i-handle,
group.
oo.
Have that.
You can ask your parents. Ako, my God, my mom. Guys, my mom and I did not grow up close to my mom, but now I cannot live without my mother. I talk to her every day. I tell her everything that hurts me, everything that happens in my life. She's everything to me.
Yeah, pati ingrown, kung may
Grabe.
ingrown ka, alam
Lahat
na yan.
alam ang nanay ko. And support group ko yung nanay ko. Kung ano yung hindi ko kaya gawin. Kung, Mom, am I wrong? What am I doing wrong? Like, for the first time in my life talaga, lifeline, not first time, my mom has always been my lifeline. But now, more than ever, I love her and I appreciate her 1,000,000 times more. Because I'm also a girl mom.
Yeah.
So I get it now.
Yeah.
And basically, that's it, guys. Communicate with your kids.
And for me, I just want to like close it off with this last thing. I really practice what I preach when it comes to these things, right? Number one, if you're a new parent, whatever your kid is going through, it's not your kid's fault.
Yeah.
That your kid can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Your kid is the purest,
Hindi nila
most
ginusto yun.
innocent thing. So whatever issues you have that you take out on your kid is very unfair
Yeah.
So try to have a level-headed partner who can help you get through it, because obviously this infant cannot help you get through it. An infant literally will test your character. It will test your patience. It will test everything within you. But if you can find the perfect way and the perfect partner, you will not get out of it, but like you will grow into a better person, because having a kid is such a formative experience. And I really can sincerely say that the growing up that I did, the understanding that I have learned, and how I approach and appreciate things became so much more different ever since like my daughter was born.
Yeah.
So I really say na it's not your kid's fault. Be present, not just about the presence. Be present. Give your presence. It's not all about the presents. And yeah, like it's an experience. Like don't be stressed about the mistakes your kids are making, because every day with them is a blessing, and it's really such a great experience. I have this saying that I always say to myself whenever I say goodnight to Millie, and it's always to another good day.
And wag niyong gagawing punching bag yung mga anak niyo.
Yeah.
Ever. Not literally, I mean,
Figuratively.
Kung meron kayo pinagdadaanan sa buhay niyo, don't take it out on your kid.
Yeah.
If that's a personal problem that has nothing to do with them,
Yeah.
don't take it out on them.
See a therapist or
It's
something.
not their fault. You don't have to drag them into that. If you are going through something in your life, seek help also, because it makes you also not only a better parent, but also a better person.
Exactly.
And
Be better for yourself too, not
you
just for the
always
kid.
have to remember that kayo ang idol at role model ng mga anak nyo.
Yes.
So lahat ng gagawin nyo sa buhay nyo, lahat ng sinasabi nyo, lagi nila yung parang sponge yung mga bata. They absorb every single thing you do, and they always feel that you cannot do wrong.
Yep.
That everything you do is
Right.
yun dapat.
It's correct.
That's how it is. So, as a parent, it's your duty
To be the best person.
to be the best
For your
version of
kid.
yourself.
Exactly.
In all aspects and in all forms.
Yeah.
So, basically, that's it, guys. I hope that we were able to impart
More
I don't know,
knowledge.
more knowledge. We're not saying we're the best at this job, guys. We fuck up most of the time, really. But it's all about teamwork, working
Communication.
together, communication, and just trying to be not even the best parent, just better versions of ourselves so we can be the best parents. So,
Yeah.
yun lang. And we're not trying to invalidate anyone's parenting approach. Iba-iba tayo, guys. We're all different.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer lang, okay? So this is just based on our experience as parents. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed our episode for today. And again, if you guys have suggestions on what else
Can
you
I
want
just
to
say,
hear or listen,
guys, thank you so much for always listening. Like, this is great. Like, we really
Yeah.
enjoy this, and
we're on our
Yeah.
fourth episode, and you guys,
it's crazy.
I don't know, it's been a milestone. We never thought, right? Like thank you for actually listening to us and wanting to hear from us,
Yeah.
wanting to hear our stories. So thank you. So anyway, guys, we're not going anywhere. Parenthood Podcast is here to stay.
Am I
so
gonna be here next episode?
Probably not.
Ay, nabasted ako. Nabasted ako.
Probably not. Like, you kind of have to take a break.
It's
No,
okay.
but you are a constant guest. That's for sure. Let's give them that assurance.
Sige.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much also for watching.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys
guys.
in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.